What is going on, my friends? Let me make sure we're recording. We are. It's been a while since I've uploaded to YouTube. We ran through the summer. It was really sporadic. And we did a half marathon, a trail half marathon, a 10K. And in general, I was running when I could. Trying to still get in the long runs here and there, at least over 10 miles. But I gotta be honest, after Buffalo, go ahead and watch that video. I felt like I was a little bit lost in things. And so I was trying to kind of, use the summer as a time to just detach from true training plans, do some fun stuff, do some quick workouts, just stuff that I was kind of attracted to. And I gotta say now, I'm about 4 weeks into a more organized plan. I just wanted to transition everything, to, a new mentality. And I want to take YouTube along on that ride. Now, I have to say to anyone who, I'm still going to do like some shoe reviews and things like that. But I think moving forward, I want my YouTube channel to be more of kind of a video diary. Me talking to camera. I'm going to go out and I'm going to shoot workouts. I've got kind of a different plan for that. But I want things to be more focused on the performance and getting as good information that I can share about my experience. I'm by no means a professional or like a trainer or like, a running coach. I'm not any of those things. I'm just someone who's been running for a while and I've been trying to figure this out the best way I can. And the new way I've been doing things, a bit of a psyche change that has developed into now almost 4 weeks of training. But it's simple. It's what we've all heard. And it's honestly what most people don't want to hear anymore is run slow to run fast. Everyone gets it. You know it. If you haven't heard it, like something along those lines, zone 2, low heart rate, aerobic training under an aerobic threshold, all these things. But, for me, I've had a lot of issues with injury once I get beyond, 40 miles per week. That could be running economy. That could be nutrition, sleep, stress. There's tons of things that can affect that, as injuries come in. But one thing that I've always tried to do is kind of like, the cool stuff, the 800 repeats, the 2x1 intervals, the 3 minutes at, VO2 max, 2-minute rest, that type of stuff, the speed sessions, the cool stuff. Everybody wants to do that stuff. And so I'm going to kind of remove those for a bit so that I can really focus on essentially strength training. I've been hitting the gym 1 to 2 times per week for honestly over about 10 weeks now, which I'll have to get some footage of me in the gym soon. It's pretty impressive weight I'm throwing around. But we're focusing on weight training. We're focusing on elements of nutrition. I'm still kind of a carbosaurus, which most runners kind of are. But I'm also really focusing on getting a wide range of single ingredient fruits and vegetables. Trying to get 20 to 30 different fruits and vegetables throughout each week, which is an interesting element that I'm just trying to diversify, the whole foods that go in my body. Protein is going to be a big one for me moving forward. I've been doing my absolute best to at least get kind of like 70 to 90 grams of protein per day. That's relatively difficult for me. I'm not like pounding. I don't eat like a lot of meat or, I don't eat a lot of meat basically. So it's generally difficult for me to kind of find high protein foods that I can eat over and over and over again. I eat a lot of beans, I eat a lot of edamame, I eat a lot of tofu. I really enjoy the Only What You Need protein. I'm literally halfway through one now. But point being, I'm trying to make sure that I'm being more calculated and regimented about getting a higher intake of protein. I'm not trying to like bulk up or anything, but I'm going to say, I feel like I have put on a couple pounds and I'm feeling pretty strong. I can bench more than I weigh, so that's pretty good for a runner, right? But I think that's going to be something that works into being a little bit less injury prone, and just stronger for when I do throw those speed sessions back into things. And then obviously the running, something about my running, not something, the whole shtick. My running has transitioned to only slow running. I do it mainly at like 5 a.m. in the morning. I'm a morning person, and I have a ritual now of just get up and slogging out slow miles. And I've been keeping an eye on my heart rate. Now the temperature has been coming down, so obviously your heart rate is going to kind of come down with that, especially after a hot summer. But I'm kind of training in that, high 130s to low 150s. Definitely not getting over kind of the mid 150s to 160s. We're kind of saving that for now. And these paces for me, honestly, really range from like a 12-minute pace to like a 10-15 on a slight downhill on a real cool day. And I just want to keep an eye on that. I want to keep doing as many miles as I can, which is, we're going to jump into Strava in a second on my desktop just to go over the last couple of weeks. But yeah, I just want to, keep increasing the miles with that similar level of effort. And yeah, either prove them right or prove them wrong. All the people out there who are doing and, committed to spreading the messaging of, run slow to run fast. There's tons of different ways to look at it. But it's simple, it's run slow until you have the mileage, until your body's good with the pounding of the mileage, and then you throw in the speed. And I think it's just really hard for a lot of us to commit to that because of the patience, which I posted on Instagram today with just some footage of me running in the middle of the morning. Looks like it's in the middle of the night. And it's just kind of, I don't know. It's like a mini poem. I don't want to say it's a poem because I don't consider that what I was trying to do. But just kind of, this is what my life's been like in terms of running. It's been dark. It's been by myself. And it's been slogging it out nice and slow. This is where I'm at. And I'm hoping kind of this is the way. So let's jump into Strava, and I'm going to talk about just, the last couple of weeks, the mileage we've gotten to, and, my goals for the next 3 or 4 weeks, and what we got coming up. Okay, cool. Okay, so we're going to go back to the week of September 2nd to the 8th. I'm recording my screen, so you should see me, and I'll be talking here as well. You can hear me. The 5, 6, 6, 4 lift session on that same day on Friday, rest, and then a 14 miler on the weekend. All of these are easy. I could click on any of these. Moving time, average pace 11:36, average pace 11:32. Average pace 11:27. These are all super low heart rate for me, exercise wise. 10:48 pace on the 14 miler. It's because I ran with a friend. And you can get going a little bit better, but it is low heart rate. So 35 miles for the week. Basically just going to go over how I've kind of mixed in more days. That was kind of my first week back to things. Since the half marathon or the 10K and the half marathon over the summer. So the following week I got up to 39 miles. That's not really, the 0.7 is from freaking lifting because I didn't know how to put in lift workouts, honestly, at the time in my watch. I can do it now. So don't come at me in Strava for saying I'm tacking on miles while I'm lifting, walking around the gym. But again, I'm ramping up. This is a very common style, I feel like, for people who are creating running plans, is your way of working in more miles is to essentially kind of build up to a midweek mini long run. I know that doesn't make sense technically, but it's a slightly longer midweek run so you can get a little bit more miles in. So that kind of Monday, Tuesday is kind of light, 3 to 5 miles. Wednesday tends to be a little bit of a bigger day. Not this week, but you can see where I'm going with this. So 3, 5, 6, 6, 4 miles, and then the 15 on the weekend. Honestly, I will bring this up for a second because I just want to show you the elevation on this bad boy. And I still kept, I think this graph is interesting because the pacing was really good. And I stayed really, really on with heart rate, even though it was basically slowly up a mountain for 8 miles and then slowly down at the other side. It's easier to keep your heart rate down when you're going downhill. But throughout those climbs, I was really happy with how consistent my heart rate was, like not spiking. Excuse me. But jumping back out of that run, so that's we did a 35 and then a 39 mile week. Last week we got 38 miles in. We had a wedding on the weekend to go to, which was bonkers and a lot of fun. But it kind of condensed my week to Monday through Friday. And this is where you can see that first time I really kind of I did that little bit of a longer midweek run. You'll see it more in my current week that I'm in. Weight training on Tuesday. Every time I go into the gym, I am generally doing like a bench press with RDLs. I'm doing a military press with dumbbell squats. I'm doing, calf raises with wide pull downs or pull ups. I really like to just superset kind of upper body with lower body, making sure that every time I get in, I'm hitting chest, back, a little bit of arms. I never focus on arms. I feel like they get secondhand from pull-ups. I do dips just because they're kind of good for like the center of your chest, along with your, back of the arms, whatever those are. Triceps? No, I don't know. Triceps, because your traps are up here. I totally know about these things. So yeah, that's kind of what I do in the gym. I also go in, I bike for a couple of minutes and I do quite a bit of stretching, and then I do about 3 or 4 minutes of core. I think that is also crucial. This is core to the core plan. But let's jump into this week, just to give you an idea of, the goals for this week and where we're headed with the whole program. 4 on Monday, 5 on Tuesday with a weightlifting session. We got 8 in yesterday morning. It started raining on me for most of it. And 6 miles this morning. It totally dumped on me in the rain. And so yeah, tomorrow we're going to get 4 miles in, which will put us at, I don't know. I can't do the math in my head. 23 plus 4, 27. And then we are going to be doing 16, which is going to get us to 43 for the whole week. So let me just translate, because I totally just nailed you with some gibberish. This whole week, we're going to lead up to a 16 miler on the weekend. I'm going home to watch my parents' house. And so I'm just going to I'm just like hanging out with the dogs. So I'm probably going to pick whichever day has the better weather and which day is not the Arsenal game. And that's going to round us off for 43 miles for the week. And to like give you a little bit of perspective, the last couple of times, like over the last couple of years, that I've gotten to that mid 40s, that's when I start having like the tendonitis issues. And I do band work every day with my feet. Like pulling outwards with the foot, pulling inwards with the foot, calf extensions, calf raises with the ball between the heels. Like I'm pretty religious about doing that, if not every day, every other day. So I think, I'm stretching after almost every run on the stairs outside. I don't rush that. That's another little tidbit I think is pretty crucial. So I'm doing a lot of maintenance and not pushing over onto that speed, anaerobic workout yet. So yeah, it'll come down the line. So yeah, that's a really long-winded say. And I think calling these almost video diaries is going to be good, because you could watch this whole thing, and I think there's a lot of little tidbits in there that you might get out of things. And if you stick around, because I'll be uploading a lot more, you can see if those tidbits are actually going to work out for you. So in recap and moving forward, We are running slow to run fast. We are keeping our heart rate low, effort relatively low, and we are adding in miles while doing a lot of maintenance, from boosting that nutrition with protein and a wide range of whole foods. I'm a good sleeper. I've always been a good sleeper, so I'm sleeping good. I'm hitting the gym. I'm doing stretching. I'm doing the band work to avoid tendonitis where I've got it in the past. And we are going to continue rolling until we get to, hopefully, that 60 into the 60s per week. And I want to kind of hold it there for a number of weeks, sustain it, make sure my body is comfortable with it. And I think when we get to that point, one, I'm very curious to see what my pacing will be like at similar efforts. We're going into winter, so I'm kind of expecting that, average pace to quicken with everything I'm doing along with the weather. And yeah, I'm curious of honestly, if I really feel like I need to throw in the speed work or much speed work, I might end up doing tiny bits at the end of one workout per week, whether that's strides and one sustained, 800 meter higher effort. Or do I just want to keep working at that low heart rate effort to keep getting that pace quicker and quicker? Because then, then I'm getting into a really cool place of fitness where I can sustain, that effort for a really, really long time. And who knows? People talk about never bonking in a marathon because they have that type of aerobic fitness and they're never kind of building up that lactic acid, and they're just running through the race. So I don't know. It's all experimental. It's something I've been super hyper focused on lately. And I thought this would be a good kind of way to dump a lot of my thoughts into the world. And yeah, I'll be, filming workouts, and uploading a lot more coming up with more videos kind of like this mixed in with obviously shoes. I've been running in a couple pairs of On running shoes. I really like the Cloud Eclipse so far. I've done over 100 miles in them in the last couple of weeks. A lot of these miles were done in them. They're just kind of a firm, but also a really good cushion shoe, that doesn't really make sense, but you get it. They're not soft like those other soft max cushioners. But I digress. That is totally good for this video. Gonna be uploading a lot more. I hope you're enjoying your runs out there. If it is getting cooler where you're running, I hope you are really reaping the benefits of it. If you're running New York in, just over a month, good luck to you. If you're running, Philly at the end of November, if you're running Chicago, that's coming up real soon. Good luck to you, kids. I'm rooting for everyone to hopefully achieve something pretty baller this fall. So enjoy your running. Talk soon. Peace.